Okay, we're back. This time we're doing our review, like we told everybody we was going to do. Our review for the season 1, episode 1
of Witcher
premiere, of The Witcher. So, what was your initial, if you sum it up in one word, initial thought about the show?
It was awesome. It's got great graphics. It's got great characters. The storyline was good. It was well-rounded and seemed like a very interesting episode. There was not enough backstory in it to get you caught up. Like, there's still a lot of questions.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what makes it a good show. Because you don't want to know everything from the get-go.
No. I thought it was, you said, what, amazing or awesome?
I said awesome. So you're going to say amazing?
No, because I don't want to be like, it was amazingly awesome. I'm going to say it was, I'm going to steal Eccleston's line. It was fantastic.
You're going to take Eccleston. Okay.
I thought it was really good. It kind of reminded me, like, not exactly. I'm not saying these are anywhere in the ballpark of the same kind of thing. What I'm saying is the way it made me feel is like the first time I watched Lord of the Rings. It kind of gives you that kind of
vibe.
Yeah, that vibe, that feeling.
Like yeah, I can see that. Like you could see an elf walk through in the middle of it. I mean, you could see that.
Yeah. Or dwarf or anything.
That makes sense.
And it would totally not be out of place. Or like a dragon fly down and just
There's
land.
dragons in here.
I know. But I'm saying in the context, if a dragon flew down and landed in the middle of the city, in this setting, it would not be off.
Yes, that is correct. Now, for Christmas, I did finally get the first book in the series. This one is The Last Wish. And I am only on like page 62.
Yeah, but she just started reading it like this morning.
Today. I read it on lunch while I was at work.
Yeah.
It's really good. The description that's in the book is the same as the description, like how you would describe the person in the TV show.
Oh,
so Geralt. Geralt, whatever his name is. He, the way that he's described in this book, yes, I see the man that was cast for the
Henry Cavill.
Yeah,
guy that plays Superman.
I see the character. It's awesome. Now this book, see, I thought when we realized that there were books and the TV show and the video game or whatever. I thought that this book would be what the TV show. No, it's a different book. This book takes place, after the TV show? Is that what we found out?
Yeah, I think so.
Something like that?
Chronologically, I think is what somebody was saying. Or I read it somewhere.
It's very different from what I'm used to, so it's taken me a lot longer. The translation, because this was originally written in Polish, I believe, and it was translated in 2007. So that's a long time ago. The translation, I think, leaves a little bit to be desired. You know what I mean? Like
they didn't translate it right? Or
no, I think they translated it right.
Like a loose translation. Like it could mean this or it could mean this.
No, it could mean... It's correct in its meaning, but they did a very literal translation. Like, there's something lost in translation. You see what I mean?
I got you.
The way that it was written, there's...
Like, the way they translated it is not what the author exactly meant by...
Well, maybe they did exactly mean it, but he said it in a different way in Polish, and then when you translate it literally into English, you're missing something in certain parts. Like there's some parts that's like, oh, okay, I get that. And in
So,
other
like,
parts, it sounds weird.
So what you're saying is like, you know how people say, I'm going to open up a can of
Uh-huh.
onions? You're not actually opening a can.
Yes.
Literally, that's what, you know.
Yeah.
You're not
It's like
opening.
literally, like there was just words that were used. They used the big word. And I had to break that down to understand what the author actually meant. So, okay, one word in Polish means a certain word in English, but how it was used in their context
is different from the way they translated it.
Yeah, the context seems to be lacking.
Yeah.
But it's still a really good read. It does jump around some. And
But
that
that's like I
confuses
said, but
me.
I read somewhere that the first episode jumped around. So, like timeline.
And that might be
Timeline
discussed more in the later
other
in the
episodes.
later in the season.
Yeah.
But like in this one, the first page that you read happens after what I'm going to say is the first chapter, even though it's not a chapter. It's kind of weird. And then the second chapter goes back to the first page, and now I'm on somewhere different. It's a completely different scene, and I don't know where in the timeline it lands. Mm-hmm. So it's a little bit... It's more than a little bit. It's very mental. You have to... This is not a casual read. This is not I'm going to pick up something and just read it real quick. This. You have to get into this. Kind of like...
So it's very in-depth and
what is that
out.
time?
That was true.
Yes, it's very in-depth. What is that time book? I don't know. It was that really thick. I never finished it. It was kind of like this. Like Wizards or something.
Talking about the Wheel of Time?
Yeah, that's it. The Wheel of Time. They kind of really messed it over when they turned it into a movie. But the book was like that, where it jumped around. And I wasn't able to invest everything that I needed to understand it at the time.
Yeah.
Now I could probably read it a lot better. But the show is great. And if I had time, I would binge watch the entire season.
Yeah, but we have jobs. So,
and
and 4 kids. So,
and Christmas.
Yeah, and Christmas on top of all that. So, like, we're running behind. We're gonna get it done though. We told y'all, and like I said, don't get us wrong. The show is fantastically amazing and awesome.
It is awesome.
But like, we have to work our work schedules and our kids' schedules, and we had to work Christmas and everything all up into it. So, like, yeah, we're behind, but like, we're getting there. We're gonna get there.
It's like I look like total trash on this video right now. My hair's going every which way.
This is just the holidays.
There's bags that you could pack a week's worth of luggage in.
Yeah, we still have Christmas stuff all around everywhere we're trying to pack up and everything. So
it'll be all right.
You're seeing the best of what we have right now.
Yeah, this is all I got. But the show was awesome.
Yeah, it was great. I love the fight scenes. When they were fighting,
they were very well choreographed.
Yeah.
Or, well, I guess they're not really choreographed, but some of it was. Yeah. Like, his fight scene with the, like, what would you call them? Villagers, I guess? The idiots.
Oh, you talking about when he went back to Blaviken?
Uh-huh.
That was awesome.
That was awesome.
I know, I'm not big on cussing on YouTube, but that was awesome. That
Shame
was awesome.
on you.
That was awesome.
It was. It was really good. Like that.
Just saying.
They were.
You could tell
close quarter.
You could tell they took their time, and they were like, "No, we're gonna get this right."
They did. They got it right. That was
like,
great. the CG that they had in there, it was hard to tell where the CG was.
Yeah. Well,
Like, I know that there had to be more in there than what...
you can tell that they threw money at this.
Oh, yeah.
Like, a lot of money.
But it was worth it. Like, they didn't just throw money at it. It was good.
They threw money at this show. And you could see where they threw money at this show.
Yeah.
And on top of that, it made this TV show look like a movie.
I've seen movies that were not this good.
Yeah, but I'm saying...
I was saying high-dollar movies that were not this good.
This was a TV episode done with a movie budget.
Yeah. And it showed.
And they did that with every episode.
And it
which
showed.
is why you're only getting 8 episodes, but I would take 8 high-quality episodes like that over 20 any day.
If they're high quality like this one was, I would rather have that because there was so much content in that one. And even with us being so tired, that one episode, there were very few parts. Like, I could fall asleep talking. I could fall asleep in the middle of a sentence. But there was only one part in the entire episode that my eyes even got droopy.
Yeah.
And it wasn't because of the episode, it was because I was tired.
Yeah.
But it
wasn't
excellent.
the show at all. It wasn't the show at all. It was just, like we said, holidays and everything. And we've been working like crazy and kids and everything else. You know, everything that goes with holidays and like just drained. But the episode was fantastic. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm going to thoroughly enjoy this season. And look forward to the next season because it's already been... They picked it up for a second season before it even aired. So that should tell you something right there.
Yeah.
And I don't know what some of the critics are talking about.
What are they saying?
They're basically saying like, oh, it's super sci-fi and it's definitely geared towards the fan base. Who the else would you want it geared towards? That's who you're selling. You're selling your fan base. I mean, they're doing it, but obviously because it has a huge fan base. Not just the books, but the video games. There's a lot of people that do just the video games. There's a lot of people that do just the book. There's some of them that do both. That's cool. I want to play the video game. I hadn't gotten it yet. I do plan on getting it.
We should have picked it up at the store.
We've got the first book. She's working on that right now.
It's awesome. It's really good.
So, but...
There've already been, in the first 62 pages, 3 different times that I actually laughed out loud. Like, there's a whole, these are not the droids you're looking for scene.
Yeah, like
in here. Yeah, and like that was not the Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Oh, you're talking about like Star Wars. Actual Star Wars.
Yeah. But it kind of came from
like
Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Like that, like dry humor kind
of. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was very dry. It was hilarious.
That's the thing, though.
This was written before Sorcerer's Apprentice, so that it had to be a Star Wars deal. But no, he was like, take me to your leader kind of thing. It was really good.
Star Wars fans only get that.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows Star Wars humor. You either get it or you don't.
Yeah.
It's either funny or it's not. It lands or it don't. That's just...
But there were several parts. I was sitting there on lunch reading this and laughed out loud. Made out loud commentary to this book. And thank God the person that was on lunch with me, Karen, she's a reader too.
Yeah, so she was probably
she was like, gotcha. She just kind of looked at me and she was like...
But she probably hadn't never read the book.
No, but she has played the video game. She was interested.
Well, the show is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I liked many, many things about the show. Fight scenes. The nudity didn't bother me. It don't make me uncomfortable. But, like, you could have done without it.
Yeah.
I mean, it really...
It was irrelevant.
Yeah, which is why I think they kind of made it, like, fade into the background.
Yeah.
But
the way that the book is written, it was kind of, I feel, as far as I've gotten into the story, I feel that it was kind of necessary to the feel of the book.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you haven't read the book, but
no,
somebody else
book,
give me ideas. What you think?
But like even okay, when he first crossed the veil, the magic veil, and went into the thing, as soon as he went through there, you kind of got, and it opened up and you saw everything. You kind of got a Garden of Eden-esque kind of feel from it anyway, like he was trying to recreate something like that or something, like a paradise. You could.
That's exactly what I got.
So that's why I said like that stuff didn't bother me, because it didn't feel forced, and it didn't feel like it was out of place. It felt like, oh, okay, well, this is just guys trying to recreate his own paradise or whatever. So yeah, like I said, it didn't bother me. But
I'm trying to find the part in here that made me feel like it was just part of the book, part of the way that he wrote it. It's just, I'm trying to find it. But anyway, it just, there's a scene in here that I can't remember, but it made me feel like, because his how it says in the book is his emotions and his responses, like normal human responses, were trained out of him.
Yeah.
And so seeing all of nudity and a lot of stuff, he's just like, whatever. And
it don't faze him.
Yeah, it doesn't faze him. And then in a lot of ancient cultures, it was like that anyway. So
yeah,
I kind of, it seems like that's just part of the theme, part of the whole story. And I read other books that's part of it too. Like the let's see, the Dark Hunter series. A lot of the main characters are from ancient cultures, and they don't really have a sense of modesty because they didn't grow up with one, so they don't have one now.
Yeah.
Kind of the same thing with J.R. Ward. Even though they always grew up in the same culture, like their cultures are always the same, it doesn't focus so much on the clothing, really, because a lot of their ceremonies and stuff like that are done in the nude. Like they have ceremonial robes, but they're not allowed to wear them into the sanctuary. So,
yeah.
So that's something that I'm kind of used to in a lot of my books. Okay, look, there's a naked person in the corner. Whoopty.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, whatever. It's not a focal point.
Yeah, we're not teenagers anymore, so like that kind of stuff don't phase us. It ain't like we're like, ooh, sweet, cool, awesome. Like, now it's just like, oh man, there's a naked person in the background. Right. What's he trying to say? Like,
okay, well, Lawcase is fixing to bust the door down.
But
he wants to play BattleBots.
We know, y'all know what we said our overall reaction was to it. Our review to the first episode. It was awesome. Fantastically, amazingly awesome. Boom. That's a big long word. It gets a definite double thumbs up, yes. I would say.
We're fixing to watch the second episode.
We're fixing to watch the second episode.
I'm going to write down questions for this episode.
Yeah, we're going to try to keep notes. The first episode, we were going to do that, but like
then we had 6 people in here watching the one episode.
Yeah, and we got 2 involved in the episode, like just watching it to even remember to write notes. So we're gonna try this again. Take 2 for the second episode.
I am wondering about the princess chick, and what's up? Yes. What's up with him and all the princesses? Because there's a princess in this book and there's a princess in there, and it's not even the same princess.
I don't know.
There's not that many princesses, people.
But anyway, to close it out, totally amped and ready for this next episode. I hope it kind of just picks up and runs with it from where we left off.
And not bounce around. Because that's
no, I don't mind the bouncing around part. As long as they kind of let you know what's going on and where they're at. Like
Not yet.
I don't like getting just dropped off in the middle of somewhere and being like, oh, okay, well I guess we're supposed
Starting
to be
over
here,
again.
yeah, you know, or whatever. But anyway, we're gonna cut this off. She gave it a thumbs up too. So
Yes.
um,
And so far the book gets thumbs up too.
yeah. So we're gonna get into this next episode, but until the next time, we might try to get both episode breakdowns put up tonight. Because we are so far behind, but that's not guaranteed. But we're gonna try, because it is still kind of early-ish compared to what time we've been getting into bed here lately. So but anyway, till next time, guys.
Bye.